Yo, Speak Low Poetry. What Light Was, available on Amazon. Featured today from the cast, Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Wollstonecraft, author. What Wollstonecraft is doing is, with her moral courage, she's imparting her wellspring for the advocated vindications of human rights, for equality, and for co-education. Wollstonecraft is challenging her current social structure at the time. This is now what we call feminism. Even later on, Virginia Woolf comes to praise the union of Wollstonecraft's vision of feeling and reason. It's even from this directly inspired that Percy Shelley goes on to use this as the major thematic in his epics. In this budding atmosphere, we've got Wollstonecraft in London, in the main scene with the main players. William Blake has made her his famous copper plate productions for the images in her book of fables. We've got Mary Hayes corralling these great minds together and inspiring them. Thomas Paine's there, William Godwin, all together, sharing their minds. It's even in this that Wollstonecraft precedes Paine in publishing the major views that he goes on to be infamously famous for, even beloved by Napoleon. As Paine goes to Paris during the French Revolution, as does Wollstonecraft. Returning to London from Paris, Mary, with her charming, bewitched eye, falls in love with the big nose who knows, William Godwin. To close Mary Godwin, we've got an excerpt of a letter from Wollstonecraft to him. Laboring all the morning in vain to overcome an oppression of spirits, which some things you uttered yesterday produced, I will try if I can to shake it off by describing to you the nature of the feelings you excited. I allude to what you remarked, relative to my manner of writing, that there was a radical defect in it, a worm in the bud, etc. What is to be done? I must either disregard your opinion, think it unjust, or throw down my pen in despair. And that would be tantamount to resigning existence. For at 15, I resolved never to marry for interested motives, or to endure a life of dependence. You know not how painfully my sensibility, caught false if you will, has been wounded by some of the steps I've been obliged to take for others. I've even now plans at heart which depend on my exertions, and my entire confidence in Mr. Imlay plunged me into some difficulties since we parted that I could scarcely away with. I know that many of my cares have been the natural consequence of what 9 out of 10 would have termed folly, yet I cannot coincide in the opinion without feeling a contempt for mankind. In short, I must reckon on doing some good and getting the money I want by my writings, or go to sleep forever. I shall not be content merely to keep body and soul together. By what I've already written, I'm sure, has been a gainer. And for what I wish you to see my heart and mind just as it appeared to myself, without drawing any veil of affected humility over it. Though this whole letter is a proof of painful diffidence, I'm compelled to think that there is something in my writings more valuable than the productions of some of the people on whom you bestow warm elogiums, more mind, denominated as you will, more of the observations of my own senses, more of the combining of my own imagination, the effusions of my own feelings and passions, than the cold workings of the brain on the materials produced by the senses and imagination of other writers. I am more out of patience with myself than you can form any idea of. Catch all the cast shining at once. What Light Was on Amazon. Put the needle on the record.